It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Let's go, baby.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And we're off from Baltimore. Kickoff taken at the 3. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Bateman, the motion man left. Lamar off the play fake. The Browns close in and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Five men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Lamar now from the gun. His first throw is an interception. Martin Emerson with the pick. And the Browns get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So here come the Browns on offense, readying for their opening drive. And leading them out, going strong well over a decade now after entering the league as a first-rounder out of Delaware, it's Joe Flacco.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. This throw is cut. And that play is brought to a halt, you're going to say, at the 5-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns parlay the interception into points. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Jackson now on 3rd. He lets a heater go deep. Big gain downfield. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. They bring a tight end in motion right. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Jackson's going to throw again. He's got Andrews. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Lamar throwing again. That one complete to Hopkins. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Jackson yet again. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, But sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. He gets half of the 8 yards remaining, partner. That gives him second and goal from the 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here's Lamar. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get it down to a single point. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. To return, Jerome Ford. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Second drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They gotta give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that gives the Browns a first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
First and 10, looking to throw. Throw reeled in by Njoku. They're working a couple of yards past the line. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 39. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Browns looking to punt on fourth down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They are facing 2nd down deep on their own end. Jackson to throw it. That's taken in by Henry. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Back to pass on 1st and 10. On the slant, complete to Johnson. And they get this down to the 28. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's 2nd down coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the gun on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on fourth down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Carlson's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Lamar out of the pistol. Taken in by Likely. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. Flowers will go in motion left. Lamar now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's caught for the first. Big man showing up the yards. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Play fake, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying an option here, play to the left. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and long.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Out of the gun, Henry takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 2nd quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one complete to Njoku. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Browns at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. 2nd and 4. He'll get this to Tillman. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. From midfield now. Connects with Johnson. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
First down, ball at the 36. They'll throw it again. He's got Njoku on the sideline, caught. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting it to Jerry Jeudy. So it'll be 3rd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
He finds Johnson, and they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
And a man is there to knock that away. Tried getting it to Jerry Jeudy, and now it's 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
2nd and 10 now. Dump off caught by his back. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Third and 4 coming up now. Dropping back to throw. Has it down close. And this is down all the way to the 3. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Dustin Hopkins is going to try this Browns field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Carlson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Throwing it just before halftime. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. They'll run here on 1st down. He cuts it right sideline. There's room to run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. He'll throw it. That's Tillman, he's got it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They'll run here from the gun. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. 4 yards there, but still a lot of digging left to do. It's 3rd and really long.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And the Ravens going nickel, 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Intended target there was David Njoku. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future. He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. We see the Ravens making their way out now. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Pistol snap to Jackson. This finds Likely. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 42. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Jackson now on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Henry on the option. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're running the option, short side. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Man in motion out of the slot. Now Jackson on 3rd down. He has it at the 5! And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
The best offenses in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate, they stretch it vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch on to it. But you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
1st and goal, they'll try an option to the left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Lamar now from the gun. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens grab the lead on their first series of the half. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens jump in front now by 5. The Ravens kicking team is ready. Now they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Gets this to Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Receiver in motion, going left. Gets it running a sweep. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
They go play action on 1st. He's got it at the 5. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. From the gun, they're gonna hand it off. Runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
So now a big play coming from the Browns as they try for 2. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll try it on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He'll now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
1st and 10, here's Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
2nd and 3 now. From the 46. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw for Jackson. Hits his running back. And they take him down right along the 30.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. Lamar off to play fake. That one complete to Hopkins. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
On first down, Jackson. Catch is made in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Ford on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Handoff now from the gun. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pass play coming here. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Browns are lining up to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Brings it in at the 12. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Henry gets it here to start the drive. The ball's out, he lost it. And it's a turnover, the defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Browns getting their offense out there. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior season. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give them 3 on that gain. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Down, here's Lamar. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens holding a 4-point lead. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Well, hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Another run for Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Running once more with Henry. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Now the Browns spend their final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Here's an option play to the left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Looking to throw. Henry on the catch. And that will not be enough for a first down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Oh, they're going for it on an option play left. On the move into the red zone. And he will score. And with almost no time left, that should clinch the win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.